Hi and welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Filippa. In this video we will talk more about self-talk and affirmations and how important they are on a healing journey. I will focus firstly on the science. What does the science say about affirmations? And then I'll share a bit of my own story. I have a few videos here on my channel if you want to practice affirmations. So that's an easy way to get going. By the end of the video, I give you my recommendation on how often, how many, and what affirmations should you say to yourself every day. The research that has been done on affirmations specifically is a type of neuroscience, where they have seen that neural pathways have increased in the brain when a person does affirmations every day. Isn't that amazing? You can change the structure in your brain and activate places in your brain just by doing affirmations and positive self-talk. And now I'm going to share some benefits from affirmations that are scientifically proven. It has shown that if you have any health issues, the stress that is related to the health issues you are facing will decrease when you do affirmations. So it's that kind of stress that kind of just is a top-on layer on your nervous system. It's there all the time. It's not that your heartbeat goes up. It's not that kind of stress. It might be a little bit, but it's more like it's there always. And you feel a stress regarding your health. And that type of stress has shown to decrease with affirmations, which is exactly what we need when we are healing prolapse and pelvic floor dysfunction. It has also shown that any type of message that we would get as human beings from our own bodies or outside of our bodies, any message that we interpret as threatening, if you do affirmations on a regular basis, the message will be less threatening and therefore also less stressful for the nervous system. And as you probably know, if you follow me here on the channel, you know that the nervous system is so important. It's a central piece in any healing, and specifically to prolapse. Scientifically shown that prolapse will decrease when you start to work with the nervous system. And the last one I want to share with you here is that affirmations has scientifically proved to decrease general stress. So any kind of stress that you feel in your life, if it's work related, family related, health related, anything, if you do your affirmations, you will be more resistant to any kind of stress in your life. My own experience with positive self-talk or affirmations was that I heard about affirmations quite early on in my own healing journey. Of course, I've heard about them before. My mother has all Louise Hay's books at home, or had when I grew up, and she was doing a lot of positive self-talk and affirmations. And of course, I have been kind of interested, but if you don't have any challenge in your life, I don't think it's very likely that you will do affirmations. If everything runs smoothly anyway, why would you? So that was kind of my take on it. And then a woman named Shannon Dunn, I have mentioned her here before. She's in one of my other YouTube videos. She has healed prolapse, and she was talking about affirmations as such an important part of her healing journey. I was definitely curious about affirmations. I think I judged affirmations in the beginning, and many of the mental methods that you can apply when you heal prolapse. I am a very physical person. I have always loved to move the body and to work with the body, and the physical exercises appealed more to me. They seemed much more concrete. also I wasn't very comfortable staying in my own mind because I wasn't feeling well at all. So I think the physical methods really helped me in the beginning to take ownership of my body and the situation again. Then I had a breakdown. I just felt defeated. I felt, even though I had healed very well, I had symptoms again, and it wasn't as bad as in the beginning, but it felt almost worse than in the beginning. Like when I first had my worst symptoms, for sure, like grade 3 or something. This was not like that at all, but I felt heaviness, and I hadn't felt heaviness for a long time. So I was depressed, like immediately back in a very deep dark hole. And I was just crying and praying, I guess, for help. And I reached out to a few of my teachers, and it was kind of after that when I realized I really need to ask for this much more in like a more spiritual way and emotional and mental way. And affirmations then came so good, like it fitted so well in my healing journey. I immediately started to do 4 affirmations 4 times a day. So I repeated 4 different affirmations 4 times every day, just in my head. It's very easy and accessible. And I had it like in my morning routine, where I do hyperpressives and different activities. I'm on an iron board. I have a video about that too on my channel. And yeah, I do different kind of exercises, mostly like that's my physical time of healing. And I added affirmations to that because I realized I really need to integrate it and to set time aside for my affirmations. So I did it, and it didn't take long time for me, actually, maybe 3 weeks. And then suddenly, when I was doing some kind of negative, not self-talk, but negative thinking, like thinking that I knew would not lead anywhere, and maybe it even created stress in my system, or just kind of random thinking. I always plan out my kids' meals, for example. It's too much, like I overdo it. It's such a waste of time. And suddenly, affirmations started to pop up. Like I could recognize that what I'm thinking now will not be beneficial. Like it won't take me anywhere. I didn't think this. It was kind of unconscious. My mind identified that you don't need to think about this, and my affirmations popped up. And I started to repeat them, although I had already repeated them that day. But it was so nice, it just came to me. So since then, I am doing exactly that. I do my routine. It's not necessarily in the morning anymore. Sometimes I do it before I fall asleep. I think it's a really nice thing, you try to put your phone away, try to put everything away. I do some kind of self-care, or I just hug my husband and, just try to calm down a bit. And then when I'm in my bed, I also share my sleep routine here on my channel. I have my mask and my tape and everything. I'm kind of really in my own bubble, and then I do it. And it's so nice to fall asleep to doing your affirmations. Ever since, I think I've been practicing now for 3 months. It's not that long. Since the affirmations started to come on their own into my mind, I have experienced more feelings of groundedness. I felt much more rooted in myself. I'm not a person who experiences challenge in speaking my own thoughts and words and intuition. But after practicing affirmations, it's even easier for me. It's like everything flows much easier from my heart out into the world. And that's an amazing feeling. I also have more faith, like with the symptoms. If I have any symptoms, I still have a few symptoms that I am working on. Hemorrhoids, for example, are coming back from time to time. And also vaginal wideness. Not every day, like most days I'm fine. But there are, and also, you know, I can feel some scar tissue that I really want to dissolve and work with. But I am not depressed by the symptoms anymore. And that's amazing. And it's exactly what the research says. Okay, I just moved the camera. I think that the sun is coming out here in the forest. So yeah, it's been amazing for me to implement affirmations. I think it's really important not to add affirmations in a daily or weekly routine if it causes any stress. And this is what I always say about all methods, that if it's creating stress for you to do things, if it adds stress, it's not good for your nervous system and not for your healing. It doesn't matter how many things you do, if they are adding stress, it's gonna create the opposite effect. So when the timing is right for you, I think if you are interested, you could really go ahead and pick 4 affirmations. And you could watch the other video I mentioned here on my channel. There are many affirmations videos on YouTube. You pick 4 sentences and you repeat them 4 times a day. See what happens. So maybe you have to give it 3 months, maybe you have to give it 6 months, maybe 1 week, who knows, before you will start to notice a difference on an emotional level or on a thought level or on a different level, physical level maybe. I hope that you can take away a few things from this video and just remember that you can heal.